There's our belief. That's the work that we're doing. We're working to mentally, emotionally, all aspects, physically accept our good. And when we do, it becomes belief. We want to believe the best that we absolutely can. That's why we can believe. It's our biggest work. We get to ask ourselves, what do I want my life to look like? Ask yourself right now, what do I want my life to look like? And what might I be settling for instead? Oh my gosh, when you catch yourself in one of those, I've been settling, it feels so liberating to realize that I just caught myself in a limiting thought, and I go back to, what do I want my life to look like? I'm going to give you an example, personal example. So my mind is futurizing retirement. Okay? Futurizing. It's way out there, Richard. I'm way too young to retire. But I do know that I don't want to work forever. So I'm thinking about it, and it's becoming maybe a little more common thought. Where would we want to live? What size of house would we want to live in? What kind of money will we have? What about our retirement accounts? And in that whole thing, sometimes it's like, woohoo! Other times like, oh my. You know, the rubber hits the road when you realize, oh my gosh, I'm a long way financially from retirement. Then I caught myself. I started thinking about downsizing, which I want to do, but I realized that the wrong reason kept occurring to me. The wrong reason. It was like, oh, we've got to downsize because there's not enough money. Anybody ever have that? There's not going to be enough money. Well, hey, I know way better than that. But I was kind of stuck in that loop. Or maybe I'm going to have to live in a place that is economically easy to live in. I caught myself in this whole thing, and I said, wait a minute. What do I want my life to look like? If I want to live on a smaller house, that's fine. If that's my absolute ideal choice, not because I can't afford it. What do I want my life to look like? Okay, so then I started to flip it around. I want my life to look abundant, of course. Not just now while I'm working, but forever. Son, you got to practice what you preach. Right? Bummer, you said bummer. That is where the rubber hits the road with this philosophy. Absolutely. Sometimes it is a bummer. Oh, man. I always tell you it gets easier to practice, right? Because the more we practice, the easier it gets. So as soon as I caught myself, I was able to get right out of it. You know, I had been kind of playing in there, though, for a couple of months, I think. And I didn't even realize it. It was like gradual. Oh, okay. Wait. I stopped and I told Becky right away, this is where my head has been. Don't put your head there, and I'm not going to put my head there. We need to say, what do we want our life to look like? When that retirement comes far, far away from now, where, how much, this is what I'm getting at. What do I want my life to look like? And then to know that at the level of my feeling and my belief, my mental, my feeling, that's where my work is. And that's where I'm now going to stay in that place. That was just a personal example. I like sharing with you the things that I go through sometimes that feel like, oh my gosh, I just lost that. Because we are all in this boat together. Sometimes we lose our highest ideal of what God is. Maybe some of you don't. I don't think Pat Sanchez ever loses. No. Most of us occasionally lose it, or lose it is too strong a word. I'm being overly dramatic. But it feels like it maybe went to the back burner. We forget. And we have to remember again, which is why that first line, remember at all times, comes into play. Remember at all times. We are all the same in this. So we need to not kick ourselves in the butt when we feel like it's gone to the back burner. And then we simply remember again, what do we want our life to look like? See it, feel it. All right, now let me come back down to souls. All right. So here I am talking about combining the mental and the emotional. He says our mental acceptances should be filled with conviction, warmth, color, and imagination. The creative power responds to feeling more quickly than to any other mental attitude. Let me say that again. Our mental acceptances should be filled with conviction, warmth, color, and imagination. The creative power responds to feeling more quickly than to any other mental attitude. We need to get our feeling in looking at how do I want my life to be. We got to feel that. All right, now let me get to my inspiration for today, because this is really what got my mind going. Oh, I got all excited, I got all enthusiastic about this topic of more evidence. Came from this experiment that I read about where 3 different teams did 3 different experiences and came to one conclusion. Okay, the first one, well, let me tell you that it's from an article called Human Emotion Physically Shapes Reality. At face value, we'd say yes, of course. Human emotion physically shapes reality. So the first study that was done was human DNA was isolated. Okay, you know, you can just swab your cheek. I didn't get into exactly how they gathered it. You can check that out later, Mary Sampson. Yeah. How they gathered the DNA, I don't know. Maybe she will. Let's just suffice it to say they got some DNA and isolated it into a sealed container. And they had a test subject sitting right next to the container, the guy or the woman whose DNA came from. And then this person was fed a whole bunch of stimuli, some negative and some positive. They got to watch some things, they got to hear some words. They were stimulated negatively and positively. And they were able to see in the DNA when it was, when he was stimulated negatively, it showed up in the DNA. And when he was stimulated positively, it showed up in the DNA. It showed up. They were able to watch the chain, the helix chain. Let's put that up there, make sure everyone knows. Everyone's seen this? This is the, what they call the helix, double helix chain. I call it a free chain. All right, this is what the DNA looks like. So they were able to see that when negative emotions were, the guy was subject to them, it tightened up and got irregular in the way it looked. It tightened up. And when he was given positive stimuli, it looked all pretty. And so there was actually a measurable thing. The second experiment was very much the same. They took DNA and they had exposed this person to all these different stimuli, but this time they kept moving it further and further. So the DNA in this container, they moved it to another room, they moved it a mile away. They quit the experiment when they got to 50 miles. Mind-blowing. So this person is sitting in a room and his DNA is now 50 miles away, and they were still able to measure what happened to the DNA by what he was being exposed to. Yeah, I love it. I love that kind of, okay, because we tend to think very local. This helps us go. They stopped at 50. They felt conclusive enough for this particular group. Now the third group, I'm going to actually read it to you. Oh, look, I got some messages. All right, so I'm going to read this to you because the third part was too much for me to just paraphrase. The third experiment proved something pretty shocking. Scientists observed the effect of DNA on our physical world. Light photons, which make up the world around us, were observed inside of a vacuum. Their natural locations were completely random. Okay, I'm going to say again, light photons, which make up the world around us, right, were observed in a vacuum. Their natural locations were completely random. Human DNA was then inserted into that vacuum. Shockingly, those light photons were no longer acting random. They precisely followed the geometry of the DNA. So, I'm going to try to show you this picture. It might be a little challenging to see, but you can see how it's showing you the double. See the double helix? It looks like little light particles. Can you sort of see back there? Tell me if it goes dark while I'm walking. You see it?
Yeah. Wow.
Can you see over there, sort of? I'll come back. When they put the DNA, these light photons came together in the shape of the DNA. I just think it's mind-blowing. I didn't think earlier to get a picture of this one, but can you see the light? You see it? It started to show up in the DNA. You see? You see? So I'm going to read that again, okay, because that was just like one of those mind-blowing things for me.